Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so happy that you decided to drop in today and to participate in this free value-packed training that can transform your life, transform your business, transform your relationships. And I understand that your time is valuable. So what I'm going to be doing for you today is making sure I give you some actionable things that you can take right now, implement in your life, and be able to take things to the next level. But I want you to make sure, as I give you this gift, give you all this value for free, I want you to make sure that your gift back to me is being fully present on this training, tapping in, getting your notes and your paper out to take down your thoughts as we go through this training, and taking the information and applying it. Because information doesn't create transformation. It's the application of the information. And I want you to be able to take things to the next level and truly become the leader that you're born to be today. And so on this training, we're going to go over the 3 secret steps to become the best version of yourself, accelerate growth in business and in life, and consistently rise above adversity without getting stuck from the lack of clarity, fear, or self-limiting beliefs. So I'm excited today, and I really want you to jump in and let's go ahead and dive in. But remember that this training is not just some technique or some get rich quick scheme to help you blow up. This is a process. And so I want you to embrace the process more than the prize. Embrace the process more than the product. And once you embrace the process, I promise you your purpose would happen. So as we go forward, I want to make sure to also not just give you this great value-filled free training, but I have an amazing gift for you as well that you will receive if you stay until the end. And this gift is going to exponentially allow you to take off. Very valuable gift. So make sure that you stay tuned in. And my goal here today is to help you become a better you, to help you become a better you in your business, a better you in your relationships, a better you in your life, and helping others. So I'll be sharing why the process of becoming is more important than doing. 3 things you need to reveal your true identity and transform your world. How your personal transformation of the leader within, your 2.0, will shift your life, shift your relationships, your business, and your success. And how to gain that 20/20 vision to get unstuck, allow progression in all areas of your life, and how not to become a victim to your past, but a victor, and to claim victory every day in your life, where every day you're winning. You win no matter what. And this will be something that would allow you to progress, advance, and elevate in your life. So what's going to make this training different than all the other trainings out there? I'm promising you this. I'm not trying to sell anything to you. If anything, I'm trying to sell you on yourself to help you believe in you in a very deep, true, real way. What makes this training different is that I am not trying to sell you anything. If anything, I'm trying to sell you on you to help you believe in yourself, to let you know that there's something special, there's greatness within you, and there's a potential that you have to tap into that you haven't tapped into yet. And you're going to receive this free content that's going to transform your life. I promise you that. So who is this for? You have frustrated individuals out there. The frustrated, you're a successful entrepreneur, business owner. You have big dreams and desires, and you want more, but your income, is kind of leveled out. And you're trying hard to get that breakthrough, but you're still not able to increase your income or your impact or your influence. And the fruits do not match the labor, do not match the grind, does not match that work you're putting in. This is also for the hard worker. You feel burnt out, working all these long hours, grinding to make it happen, job after job, 2 or 3 jobs, running your business, and you keep grinding harder and harder, trying to make income, trying to make that income. And you try different strategies, you try different businesses, you try different courses to get that financial freedom, but still nothing has solidified itself in your life. This is for you. This is also for the ambitious individual. You're designed to get started on something, but you haven't taken action yet. You have recently maybe started taking action on getting information, trying to get your business to the next level, or even trying to start your business, and you possibly really want to maximize your opportunity, this is for you. This is also for the unfulfilled. You're searching for significance and meaning in your life, but you're not able to find it. You could have made all this money, could have had all this success, but you're not happy. You're unfulfilled with what you're doing or what you have done. And your relationships are also suffering because you're having a hard time establishing who you really are. Like, what's your real value? Like, what you're bringing to the table. And so some people might even view you as successful on the outside, professionally, financially, you have it going on. But in the inside, when all the doors are closed and you're there, you don't feel whole within yourself. And so this is for you as well. And who am I? I am Dr. Devin Bradley, and I am Transformative Leadership. And I am here to help entrepreneurs create extraordinary growth in their life, business, career, finances, and relationships by finding that clarity and elevating their leadership and executing a proven plan of success. I help entrepreneurs to live their dreams and accomplish amazing things, not average things, not just anything, amazing things by overcoming those limiting beliefs, those fears, and that procrastination. How? By shifting their identity and revealing their greatness. And see, for me, I've done a lot of things right. That's why I'm here speaking to you today. But there's also a lot of things that I have done wrong. And here is my backstory that I'd like to share with you. I've been able to start a great organization, Lit Coaching Corporation, leading intuitive, innovative transformation where we take victims and create victors, turn followers into leaders, and make those leaders into agents of transformation, being able to impact this world. And I've been able to do this to corporate environment and organizations and governmental agencies. And the list goes on, allowing them to develop leaders within their organizations and their institutions to be able to take things to the next level, having the opportunity to coach one-on-one with extraordinary entrepreneurs, millionaires, multimillionaires, six-figure owners, and entrepreneurs who are just getting started and allowing them to take their business to the next level. But there wasn't always this time where lights were shining so bright. See, at one point in life, I was a victim myself. See, I was a great quarterback in high school, but my school brought in another good quarterback. And he was from out of town, and he was a year younger than me, and I was black and he was white. But they put him in position over me, regardless of my talent and how good I was. He was automatically given that job. I was there throughout the year, doing what I can do, got to the championship game. But in the beginning of the game, I was recognized as a top scholar athlete, as you see me getting that trophy. But at the end of the game, as I walked across the podium as a champion, we won the game. We're champions. Got the ring right here. But this was one of the hardest times in my life. As you see, my head was down. I was walking across the championship podium, a winner in the world's eye, but a loser inside. I was a victim. I was hurt. I was frustrated. I allowed what was going on outside of me to impact who I was. Who I was. I couldn't control the outside circumstances, and it affected me. And I made excuses from this point forward. And I shrunk back, and walking across that podium with my heart beating, thudding out my chest, I shrunk back. Everybody was crying tears of joy, but they didn't know I was crying tears of pain, hurt, and frustration. But moving on from that high school experience, I said, I have big goals, big aspirations, and I'm going to follow through. And I had the opportunity to pretty much go anywhere in the country I wanted to go to academically, and also considering football involved. And I was accepted into Harvard University, and I could have went there, and other Ivy League schools and other prestigious schools like my favorite school, Florida State University. But I decided to go to a HBCU, Bethune-Cookman University, Bethune-Cookman College at the time. And I decided to go there because I wanted to be a light. I wanted to be a light for the community. I wanted to be a light for the generation following to help them see that it's not the education that makes you, but you that makes the education. It's no matter where you're from and what your background is and who you are, that you can move forth and be great no matter what. And I wanted to carry out the mission of our great founder, enter to learn and depart to serve, and to serve my gift to the world. And so I entered Bethune-Cookman University, and I left with the ambitions of one, wanting to be an NFL quarterback, and two, wanting to be a major CEO of a Fortune 500 company. And when I left the school, I had a decision to make, to go back and play football or to go and pursue my corporate career. Little did I know, when I decided to go back to play football one more year, and when I was ready to come back and accept that job that was been offered to me the year before, where the individual said, hey, go play football. Don't live in regrets. We'll be here when you get back. And when I came back and asked for that job, it was during the financial crisis when everything was closing down, people were losing jobs and businesses stopped hiring. And he told me, no, I can't hire you. And I got no after no after no. And once again, I've been denied again of what I thought my greatness should allow me to do on the field or on the corporate and business and career. It's another no, another denial, another back seat I had to take. I know somebody's been there before. You've been disappointed and hurt so bad, hurt by people that you love, and rejected and denied opportunity. And you know you got that greatness. You know you should be excelling and thriving. And here you are. Here you are, struggling, trying to put a smile on your face. But it's hard to just get up in the morning. And it's hard to go to sleep at night. It's tough, ladies and gentlemen. But there's a time and a place for everything. That I had the opportunity to run into some individuals that let me know what was really going on with me. What was really going on with me? And they said, you got to find a mentor. You got to find a coach. He said, you have a plan. You're kind of working the plan, but you really don't have a plan. And you have a plan, but it's not a real plan, he said. And I didn't. And he called it out. I don't think you have a great mentor or coach in your life. And you're trying to mentor and coach others. You're trying to lead others. And it's like the blind leading the blind. It's like the Three Stooges. Where did I go? Where did I go? What do I do? What do I do? And all I'm doing is leading them to lack of success, lack of fulfillment of their potential, because I was blind. I was like the Three Stooges. And see, you got to find a steward to connect yourself to. And this is what he told me. So you could become strong and you could become clear. And see, I wasn't strong and I wasn't clear yet. See, what I did, I worked through my pain and I used it to my advantage to acquire certain levels of accomplishments and achievements in my professional career. I helped business leaders grow their businesses, and I started my own business, and I was doing all these great things. And we often think we are bonded and held back by these big balls and chains that are shackling our ankles. See, these big balls and chains that I thought was holding me back, those poor beliefs, those poor judgments, those misconceptions about the world. And I said, if I just take this big hacksaw and if I cut this big ball and chain off of me, I'm going to be free. And I thought I did that. I thought I made that declaration in my life to say, I'm not going to live as this victim anymore. And I cut off certain thoughts and beliefs in my life. But that wasn't what really was binding me. And this individual let me know that what was really binding me and what's binding me in the moment of the conversation were little tiny pieces of fishing line. And what's binding you right now is not the big ball and chain, but the little tiny pieces of fishing line that are around your ankles, hundreds of them wrapped around your ankles, and you can't even see them. And every time you move to the left or you move to the right, they dig deeper and deeper into you because it's those little tiny wires that we can't see. that control our lives and that scar us and hurt us and impact us. And these wires for me was my language that I was telling myself. These wires for me was my attitude that I didn't see. These wires for me were my actions or even the lack of action. These wires for me was so profound that I didn't even see them. All I saw were the big boulders, but I couldn't see those wires. But this is why it's so important that you find the stewardship, that you find that coach, that you find that mentor, because iron sharpens iron. You cannot take your blade and rub it against wood. You can't do that. And I finally decided to surround myself with strong stewardship and strong leadership and strong mentors and strong coaches so I can be iron. And I avoided doing this for so long because it was uncomfortable for me. See, I already taken the back seat multiple times in my life, and I didn't want to take the back seat again. I was on the bench. I was second string, and I wanted to be the starter. And see, that silent ego, that little fishing line that was wrapped around me, my ego that I didn't want to deal with, that was surrounding my ankles that I couldn't see. This was what was guiding me. It was my limiting thoughts, my ego, my pride. And I didn't know how profound it was affecting me. See, I had this story inside of me of how I was taken advantage of. But that story was bogus. And at the end of the day, I had to cut that story and realize what the truth was. I could have transferred to any other school. I was even offered to transfer to schools, high school and college, when I had to deal with my struggle. But I decided to stay. What I could have done, I could have took things to the next level in my skill, my talent, my work, my ethics. But I decided to say, hey, I don't have any control of plans. So even if I was the greatest, I'm still not going to go on the field. That didn't matter. I still should have applied myself 120% to be my best and give my best every single day. And I did what I can do, but I know I could have did more. But it was about the process. It was about molding me and making me. In the process, first had to break me and to put me through a challenge that I never been in. But this journey led me to where I am today. And I want to encourage you and let you know that it is leadership and strong stewards that makes the difference in a man's or woman's soul and life. And you have the potential inside of you to really tap into a bigger business, a bigger career, a bigger impact, a bigger income, a bigger purpose, and live a life with no limits. And this what this training is for. This is why you're listening to the sound of my voice, because this conversation is resonating with you, because you know there's something that you're holding on to that you didn't release yet. You know, hey, I might have made $1 million in my business, but I should have made 10 million. You know that you're working a job right now and you should be in a higher position as a manager or a leader. You know right now that you have businesses that you need to start and you haven't taken action yet. You know there's limitations on you. And I've been there. And I'm here to support you to take things to the next level and to come forth as the victor you are, to transform into your 2.0. And because this reason for transformation is so important, when you become that victor, when I became Mr. Debonair, when I stepped up and stepped out as my true self, it allowed me to live in the essence of who I was and the great power that was within me and that is within you. And you have to take control over your life and your circumstances. You only can do that by living as a victor. You can't live as a victim and a victor at the same time. It's only one or the other. But when you do, you can access the greater levels of leadership, intuition, innovation, strength, intelligence, discernment, creativity, resourcefulness, passion, wellness, and all these things would allow you to take your life and your success to the next level. But when you're in the victim state, you can't tap into all that greatness. And that's why it's so important today with this training that we're doing and this process that you need to undergo to get to these levels, because these things, among others, will allow you to raise your game and elevate your success and truly tap into your potential. So I want you to be able to move forth with that today. And after doing this for 10 years and more than that, I want you to understand this. What I discovered is, it's not what you are that holds you back. It's what you think you are, not that holds you back. I discovered you cannot always control your circumstances, but you can always control your thoughts. I discovered nothing changes until your mind changes. Very important things to remember. And I discovered this the hard way. But today you get the cheat sheet and you can get the easy way. See, the hard way, the process that I took the long way around, see, I try to do it on my own. I try to change my circumstance to change my situation. This is the number one step that most people do. The second step, you stick to the familiar routines based on your past experiences and you remain in your comfort zone. You did it before like this, and you say you want to change, you want to be better, you want to do better, and you still find yourself doing the same actions and activities that you were doing before. And this is what often keeps us in that hard, dark space. And number three, you seek to acquire information to create transformation. Well, I'm going to just read this information and I'm going to take it in and I'm going to be able to change. And what the hard way does when you try to do it by yourself, when you do the same thing, when you do this way, you think you're going to take a shortcut through the maze, but you got to go through it. And we want to take this shortcut. And when we do it the hard way, all these different elements that you see, the fear, anxiety, the frustration, the guilt, all these different elements all combine to one big thing: procrastination. And that means you're not going anywhere. You're not doing anything. And the levels of success you might achieve is minimum to what you should achieve. And I've been there, and I know many of you, as you're listening to me, saying, man, Devin, I'm there. I know what it is. I'm doubting myself sometimes. I'm stressed sometimes. I feel guilty sometimes about making certain decisions about certain people. I'm living in uncertainty. I don't know what I should or what I shouldn't do. I'm fearful about what I can do. I'm shameful when I look at my life and knowing I could be doing better. I've been there, I've done that, and I'm with you. And I'm here to pull you out of that. So if you want the easy way that helps you get unstuck, accelerate your growth, and allows you to thrive faster, say yes. All right, you're with me. Let's keep this rolling, because the old way, you can try to increase your revenue with different business gurus that teach you this magic trick and how to build a better funnel, a marketing plan, the ultimate script. The old way is hopping from business to business, just trying to get that freedom and just trying to make money, thinking you're going to find it in all these different areas that's popping, that's other people doing. You can try to enroll into these online courses or research more information related to the industry you want to get in, but still you are stuck and not following through. That's the old way. The new way, and the results not typical. Let me put that disclaimer out there. The 3 secrets that's going to help you break through is: 1, rising as a victor. It's going to shift your personal identity to completely transform from the inside out and can create change in your external world. 2, the victory plan. You have to have it. And this is going to allow you to gain clarity, to get unstuck, make progress towards manifesting your dreams with a proven plan, action steps, and accountability. And 3, investing in coaching and mentorship, how to get results faster, avoid unnecessary failures and frustration, and create a life-changing transformation for true success. Now, these 3 secrets are very powerful. I'm going to break them down real quick for you so you can be able to take these things and apply it into your life today. Secret number 1 is rising as a victor. So you have to find out who you are right now and who you need to become to achieve that dream that you have inside of yourself. And when you find out who you are, that is going to be the foundation of your success. I repeat, when you find out who you are, that is the foundation of your success. It all begins with finding out who you are. And self-awareness and the boldness to follow through on being self-aware is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Self-awareness is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Finding out who you are, that's where it's all starting from. But what's going to stop you? What's going to be that roadblock that's going to keep you from becoming that victor that you are? And I want to give you 5. There's many more, and we'll dive into this later. But I just want to give you 5 right now that you're aware of so you can be able to check and balance these as I mentioned them. You have that self-doubt. And that self-doubt is that lack of confidence in your abilities and your skills. And this insecurity breeds inaction, which is a much larger threat to yourself, doubting yourself. Then you have that inner critic that's inside of you. It's that voice in your head that's telling you, oh, I'm not good enough, or oh, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not attractive enough. That inner critic that says, oh, they would never buy anything from me if I started a business, or oh, this would never work. And it can prove to be very challenging, very, very, very challenging, and possibly even the most challenging adversary you might face. And then number 3 is fear. You can have fear of success, fear of being successful and having to cut people out of your life, fear of being successful and obtaining these things and possibly losing it. You can have the fear of disappointing others. You can have the fear of failure and fear of not meeting your own expectations or the expectations others have of you. And when you have this fear, these fears that become so familiar with you, regardless of its form, it will sabotage you. It messes with your psychological resilience. It erodes your resolve and releases all these unhealthy emotions inside of you. That fear comes up and shows up in different ways. It will shut you down. It will have you staying in the dark room. It would have you off to yourself. It will have you sitting there frozen. And I've been frozen enough to be able to say, do not let fear control you. And then we have another adversary. That's that perfectionist, that perfectionism. And for some of us, it's the idea of being less than perfect is not acceptable, partly because we're trying to satisfy our own expectations and partly because we don't want to disappoint others' expectations, right? And so sometimes we learn and learn and learn and take in and practice and prepare before we ever take action. But the problem is nothing breeds inaction and procrastination more than perfectionism. And it sounds good when we say, I'm a perfectionist. And it sounds good because it feels like, hey, I'm really getting myself on the ball. But this is one of the main adversaries that would take you out because you're carrying around this thought about the performance that's less than perfect is unacceptable. And I tell folks all the time, you got to take action on being great today. You got to take action on changing your life today. You can't go through this process of just continuing to learn. You can't go through this process of just trying to do things your way and how you want to do it. You have to make a mistake. And I'd rather you make a mistake and just keep trying rather than procrastinate and never try. You can't be successful without going up there and giving it a go. See, Babe Ruth, he's one of the best baseball players of all time, the home run king. And he said, you know what? I miss more than I hit, but that's how I became a great hitter. That's how I became the winner. Just keep on swinging. And see, procrastination means you're still waiting there for the right pitch. And as a perfectionist and a procrastinator, you stay there and you're waiting for the perfect pitch for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. And you're still standing there waiting for the perfect timing, waiting to know all the information, waiting to make sure you do the exact things right, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for being comfortable and confident in yourself to finally take action, waiting for that perfect environment surrounding yourself before you move forward. And guess what? You never move forward. And if you do, it's little creepy, tiny steps, and you never really gain traction. And I'm just telling you today to do it like Nike says, just do it. Because all too often, the perfectionists out there and many entrepreneurs and professionals out there, guess what? They're not as successful or even unsuccessful in their life because they become professionals, procrastinators, never taking action, even though they have these ambitions and goals and desires to be better and move out the space that they're in now. And number 5, those limiting beliefs. Each of us possess them. There are these thoughts about the strengths we have and the weaknesses we have because we possess all of them. All of us are strong in some areas and weak in some areas. But regardless of our abilities, these limiting beliefs often are out of alignment with reality. See, we assume our personal deficits, even though none exist. We would take things and limit ourselves lack confidence in ourselves before we give ourselves credit. Oh, I'm too old to start a business. Oh, I don't have enough money. Or if I make this investment to be better or to get my business started or make an investment with some mentor that I'm going to struggle and I'm not going to be successful. I don't have enough experience to actually run a business. All these limiting beliefs. I'm not worthy to be in a great relationship. I can never truly be committed to something great or be committed to a relationship. All these limiting beliefs that take over our thoughts. So guess what? We remain stuck where we're at and we stay in that comfort zone where our limiting beliefs are holding us in. We have to be able to see beyond and believe beyond. And this is what I'm here to help you to do, to break through these things so you can tap into your true identity, the real you. And why is it when we are exposed to great information, our life doesn't change? You ever ask yourself, like, all this information you have access to, but your life never changed? You can read all these great books and all these great programs, but your life never changed? Because results is not based on the amount of information in your intellectual mind. Oftentimes, matter of fact, we know what we should and we shouldn't do. Even though we know what we should and shouldn't do, guess what? Why don't we change? Why don't we get better? And what happens is most of the time we are recreating our outcomes from deep-seated ideas that's inside of us. Those little fishing lines. We don't even know they're there. And you have to change your thinking to change your life. You have to do that, yes. But the deeper level question to ask yourself is, what is causing my thinking that needs changing? It's not the thinking mind, it's our beliefs and our subconscious mind that we can't see, that we don't know, and that we're unaware of. That's why it's important to be self-aware, because information does not create transformation. Conversion does. Converting that information, applying it within yourself, and producing a new you and a new action. And at the top, you see actions. But understand, action was the last part of my previous statement. But all of us try to operate at the action level. Let me change the things I do, change the places I go, all these different actions. Let me change my program. Let me add this new software. Let me add this new marketing funnel. All these actions we're changing because we want to try to get a new result. And then we find out I'm changing all these different actions, but the reality and results are not matching up. I'm starting a business. I'm working on the business. I'm reaching out. I'm doing all these different things, but the results not matching up. The fruit's not matching the labor. And James Clear said the key to building lasting habits is to create a new identity first, period. Because what you do now, the life that you're living now, the place and the essence of who you are and where you are in your life now is a mirror image of the type of person you believe you are. So if you're sitting there talking about, I hate my job and I wish I had a better life, it's a mirror image of what you believe about yourself and who you are. If your business is stagnating and it's not growing, it's a mirror image of what you believe about yourself and who you are. So that's why consciously or unconsciously, we have to do the things that take things to the next level. And it starts with shifting your identity. It starts with stepping forward as your new 2.0. And that's a conversion of who you are from the inside out. Changing those thoughts, those beliefs, and those emotions that are controlling you. And as you come from the new essence and foundation of your new identity, you will then be able to have new thoughts. You don't change your thinking just by changing your thinking. Hey, instead of thinking negative, I'm gonna think positive. No, you don't change your thinking just by changing your thinking. You change your thinking by changing who you are, which automatically, naturally changes your thinking. And it's not just a superficial process. Every day I'm gonna wake up and say, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great, I'm great. That's just changing your action. That's just changing your talk. But if you're still the same person inside, what that mean? Nothing. That's why you have to change your identity which naturally changes your thinking because you're a different person. And that new thinking is going to create new beliefs that you have. And those new beliefs that you have are going to be energized by a new emotion, a new vibrancy for life and what you're doing, a new passion, a new conviction for who you are and what you know you are, what your purpose is. And now you can move forward with that new emotion, with that passion, and be able to create actions and outcomes that will create a reality that's something that you never seen before and that others wouldn't believe when they saw it. And that's the process that I help individuals grow through. And that's the process that you're here to understand that you need to go through so you can be able to tap into the higher level of who you are and the higher level of leadership that you need to get to. Because everything in life rises and falls with leadership. This was what my mentor, John Maxwell, said. Everything in your life is impacted by the leader who you are. And so if you're at a level 1 as a leader right now, guess what? Your business success is not going to be more than a 1. If you're level 3 in your life, the same thing, your business success is not going to be no more than a 3. It's going to be a 3, 2, 1. If you're a level 3 leader in your relationship it's not going to be better than a 3. Leadership impacts everything. You're not going to develop people in your businesses that you're running and your leadership team and your employees. Nobody's going to be greater than who you are if you're running a business. So that's why it's important to rise as a leader and to develop as a leader and to convert into a true leader. And that's a deeper subject that you have to get into because leadership is more than just a title. It's more than just saying I'm a business owner. Leadership is something very, very different. It's something that's a process of becoming, as I said, more than just doing. But one thing you have to be conscious of, and you have to pray that it never happens, is that you find success beyond the level of your leadership. Because if you have success in your business or your relationship or in your life that's at a 5 and it's thriving and it's going well, but your true essence of who you are is at a level 2, the true essence of your leadership is at a level 2, guess what? All that beautiful bliss and things going will crash down back to reality. At some point, it can last 1 year, it can last 5 years, it can last 10 years, whatever the case may be, but it will crash down. And when it crashes down, it will be worse than never having it before because you tasted that success and now you're living in the mess. You can look at all these businesses, great organizations that dominated the industry. Kodak, Blockbuster, all the list goes on and on. Macy's and all these different businesses that dominated, but the leadership within it didn't grow. They was stuck in the same routines, stuck in their comfort zone, not extending themselves, expanding themselves, not growing, saying, I got a certain amount of success, I'm good. And guess what? They didn't grow. And their business was up here. And now you don't even see them anymore. And that's what happened with our lives if we're not aware of growing as a leader within. So 3 steps that I help individuals go through to be able to rise as a victor, to be able to tap into their leadership and be able to change that identity, to change that thinking, is that reboot, transforming the mindset. So your success is more about your mindset than your method. And in the final analysis, your thinking creates your life. And your mind is like a hard drive full of viruses, malware, worms that's in the computer. And guess what? We got to reboot the system back to its original state. We got to get you back to the original state when you were courageous. You didn't learn fear. It was instilled into you by your external environment. But we want to make you courageous, fearless, powerful. And that's what step number 1 is, rebooting. And in step number 2, now we're going to reprogram you. And this is what I do with the individuals to transform your thinking. The hard drive will restore it. Now the next step is putting in a new software. And this is when I install the Lit Victory Plan. And this is when I install many of the different things that allow you to grow and take things to the next level. And this is where you can really expand yourself. Because once you put in that new software, that new leadership attitude, it will take you to a new altitude. I say that again. When you install that new leadership attitude and aptitude with more information and knowledge at a higher level, you can take things to a higher altitude. And this is when you will be transformed. And step number 3 is the renewing, right? Transforming your influence. See, true leaders, victors think in a certain way. They got a certain attitude. And then we take those attitudes and those attributes, those skills, those gifts, those talents that you have. Once you go through that self-awareness and self-exploration, you find out these things. Then we combine it with your aptitude, which is that continuous improvement process, that desire to learn, that desire to know more about yourself, know more about life, know more about business. And when you take that continuous progress, then you raise your altitude to the next level, and you think and you produce at a higher level. And that is where the greatness come in. That is when you tap into your true potential. And we integrate all these different things: attitude, attributes, aptitude, altitude. And now when it comes together, you have a clear vision of your life. When it comes together, life becomes more simple. Not all the confusion, not all the doubt, not all the uncertainty. You know you have a clear path forward, and you become more disciplined. And guess what? You have more leadership, more influence, more impact, and what we need in our life to really make a difference in our life and others is more income to do what you need to do to help yourself so you can help others. And number 2, the victory plan. This is important. Very, very important. We want you to make sure you take pen out and paper so you can write these things down. Because if you do not know where you are going, you leave your gifts and your talent to chance. You're basically rolling the dice, hoping that you hit. And so you have to have a vision of victory for your life. And when you have that vision of victory, that clarity that you have about your life and about where you're going, about what you're doing, that would allow you to breathe the mastery that's inside of you, that's necessary to master the gift that you have. Many people want to do all these different things, but you want to master one thing. You want to master that one gift. You can know and be good at a lot of different things, but once you create mastery in the one area, in the most area of purpose and passion, the other gifts that you have will then fold in. But you can't do it all at once. Master first, right? And the most important force on earth is time and change. And the key to life is how you handle that time and that change. I'll tell you it again: time and change, and how you handle it. And the key to success is initiating and planning the change. Don't let change happen to you. You initiate the change. And that's where the high performers and the multi-millionaires and billionaires, that's the level they operate in. They create the change. And your dream is only a dream until you have a plan, period. It's only a dream till you have a plan. And they say if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. That's partly true. But the truth of the matter is, if you fail to plan, you will fail. And for me, I failed to plan. And it took that mentor, that individual to step in my life and tell me in that moment, like, you think you got a plan, but you don't got a real plan. And guess what? I didn't. I thought I had a plan, but I didn't have a real plan. And creating a real plan, it's a process, and it has principles involved. And I want to share some of those with you today. And it goes at a deeper level, but this is something that you can take right now and get started with. But just to understand the importance of a plan, the importance of that victory plan, that I call it, the plan doesn't just tell you what to do or what you need to do. It tells you what you do not want to do and do not need to do. And see, many leaders do things they need to do, right? But they're also including many things that they don't need to do. And when you do that, you begin to cut your productivity, your profit, your performance. And guess what? You're wasting time and energy because you're doing unnecessary things. And 33% of all businesses, especially new businesses, fail within the first 6 months of operation, 50% within the first 2 years, and 75% within the first 3 years. Why? Because they don't have a plan. Not just a business plan, but the business owners and leaders don't have a plan for their own life. And the business is a part of their life. So both will end up failing. And that's the most common reason for failure, is the lack of planning. So before you write your plan, I want you to, one, understand this. You have to understand the purpose of planning, because if you don't value the purpose and don't understand it, guess what? You won't do it, number one. And two, you won't do it effectively if you do decide to do it, right? So you got to understand the purpose of your planning. What are you planning for? What is the why? Why are you planning this? Right? And you must understand the purpose of your life and the purpose of your business. Because understanding these two things will really allow you to make the effective plan that you need to make. But if you don't understand the purpose in your life and the purpose of your business, you're making a superficial plan externally that's only going to last for so long. It might create a certain amount of success, but it will disintegrate. It will evaporate. It will disappear. It will fail and come off the map. And we'll be wondering, you were successful in this business, but now where are you? So how you write this plan? Devin, help me right now. How you write this plan? I want to give you 3 simple steps so you can do that. 1, when you're getting ready to write this plan, ask yourself, where am I now? Like, where are you now? Like, just be honest, be transparent, be truthful about where you're at right now, what you're doing right now, how you're operating right now. Get those things out on paper, right? And do that today. Do this process today. Then number 2, where do I want to go? Where do you truly want to go? Write it out, feel it, see it, identify it. I want to be here in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, in 30, in 50 years. Where do you truly want to go? Who do you truly want to become? Where's your business going to get to? And then 3, after you find out where you want to go, what steps do you need to get there? What steps do you need to get there? And this is how you take 3 simple steps to write your plan. But to make an effective plan, I want to give you these little jewels. Never pick a fight you can't win. Plan how you're going to win before you pick a fight. I want you to keep that bar in your head. Never pick a fight you can't win. If you're going to make a plan, if you're going to make a business plan, if you're going to make a personal plan, if you're going to make a plan of attack, don't pick a fight that you know you can't win, because you're going to make a plan to fail, right? So you want to plan how you're going to win first, and then you pick the fight of a fight that you can win. Before you pick a fight, the key thing is you got to get that guidance first. You got to make your plan by seeking advice first. See, we try to do it on our own. I try to do it on my own. That's why I had a plan, or sort of had a plan, when that truly successful individual, or a multi-millionaire, almost a billionaire, individual who charges 6 figures just to get coaching and mentoring from him. And he talked to me for 3 hours for free because he saw a greatness in me and a aura in me and a potential in me to invest in me and become my mentor. But until I had somebody to get counsel from and true mentorship, the plan that I had was really not really a real plan. And only when you seek that advisor to help you make a plan for your life, for your career, for your future, for your education, for your money, for your business, that's when you make an effective plan and not just a general plan. Key thing to remember. And secret number 3, investing in the coaching and mentorship. Does coaching work in your life, in yourself, in your business? But just from the numbers, research shows that typical coaching return on investments, the ROI, can be up to 200 to 500%. And in some cases, 10,000%. So to put that in perspective, if you invest $10,000 into coaching, it's going to produce at least 50,000 or at least 20,000. So you get your money back and more. But in the essence of really transforming your life, that 10,000 can convert to 100,000, can convert to 500,000, can convert to 1 million, it can convert to 10 million. That's the power of coaching, because coaching is the only true tool that works on your subconscious mind. It's the only true tool that can be that antidote for fear, that can be that kryptonite for fear and kill it. And research shows that training, it would increase your productivity by 22%. Leadership training and things of that nature, which is a great increase. But the coaching, that leadership coaching, will increase your productivity by 88%. Like, you're operating at the level that you are at right now. And I just want to be honest with yourself. if you truly was a greater version of yourself, if you truly maximize all the potential, all the skills, all that knowledge, all that creativity, if you honed it in and you start taking action and you had that plan and you operated at the best version of yourself, how much better would you be? If you rewind the clock 5 years and had the understanding of being a greater version of yourself 5 years ago, with more confidence, more knowledge, more impact, more power, more courageousness, and you took action on the things you knew to took action and you avoided mistakes, how much farther along would you be right now? So I want to encourage you to understand the greatest investment in your life is investing in yourself, is investing into people in your business. That's the greatest investment you can do. Many people invest into all type of things, but they avoid the number one investment they need to make, and that's into themselves. And this is why everyone should have a mentor. Because mentoring brings two things: new ideas and accountability. New ideas, thinking, new ideas come from a new person, from a new individual. And that mentorship would allow you to facilitate the transformation of yourself and also your business and your life. And that gives you accountability to follow through and take action. And there are new ideas in your head right now that would not have been there if you didn't watch this video, if you didn't make time to listen to this training. These ideas that's stirring up in your head right now. See, I'm stirring it up inside of you. You have these gifts, these ideas, these talents, and I'm stirring it up inside of you. I'm shaking you right now. And right now you're feeling a certain type of energy just saying, man, I've been sitting on all this greatness and this is the answer. I've been looking for all these different answers. I've been buying courses, been buying books. I've been looking at all these different people have this success and all these different things, and people put it on this fake success and getting me feeling a certain way about myself. And this is the answer I need. This is the answer, right? Because if you wanted to go to the Cayman Islands, would you charter a plane and get behind the plane controls yourself with no training, no map, no co-pilot to help you? The answer is heck no. But we're doing that every day in our life. We're doing that every day in our businesses. Why? So if you're going to try to get a business to 6 figures, to 7 figures, and you're going to try to start a business and you're going to try to do all these things without a mentor or a proven system, what are we thinking? And guess what? My pride, my ego, my lack of planning had me thinking just that. And guess what? I spent over $200,000+ in training. I wasted so much money on these dumb ideas and things I thought that's going to be such a hot system and get me to where I wanted to go. But I had failure after failure, bought all this stuff I didn't use, all these programs I didn't use, and wasted all this time, did all this stuff, read all this information. But most importantly, and unfortunately, I wasted multiple years of my life that I can't get back because I tried to do it on my own. And that's not the route to take, trust me. But it's a process. I wasn't aware. I'm aware now. I'm showing that awareness to you. So that's why I go through it, so you don't have to go through it, right? And so I have an individual, a lit leader, or one of my mentees and coaches that I coach, and just ask the question: how do you feel when you were investing in yourself to join my program, and how was that investment in your life? And this is what she had to say.
I did have a little bit of doubt going into it because I didn't know what I didn't know, and I didn't know what would happen, and that was the point. The point was that I wanted to make a change, and but I fully trusted and I fully believed that that you would help me get there. I fully believed that, and it's true. I have not been disappointed, and I had the inkling to reframe that. I needed to reframe some stuff, and you jumped right on that. You jumped right on that and said, "Yeah, we need to reframe this. You're right." So that reframing has enlivened me and has energized me. So I actually, took some action steps that were hard, but I did it, and I feel better for it. Gandhi says the first step is the hardest step. And that is just really, really true. That's just really true. So I had the courage to make that first step, and I had the permission to take that step kind of in a rocky way. And any step is a good step, I think. Is if you had a motto, which I know you have some mottos, but if you had the motto, any step forward is the right step forward, then that's how I feel. I make steps every single time, whether it's a step in my action, a step in my thinking, or an outcome. So yeah, it's been worth it. You want to look at it just financially. Oh yeah, I've recovered the investment 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Actually, Devin, 7 times over.
And 10x in it, or 20x in it.
Oh yeah, we'll get there.
All right. Any step forward is the right step forward. And so you have basically 2 options at this point that I want to share with you that would be step forward, right? Number 1, it's a step forward from this point to go at it alone, spend tens of thousands, probably even hundreds of thousands of dollars figuring this stuff out, getting frustrated, wasting years of your life, 3, possibly even 10 years of your life. Or number 2, you can be transformed by a proven system of transformation for someone who's not just done it for myself, but I actually mastered it. And it's the best in the world to help others do this process of transformation and becoming lit in the leader that they were born to be. So here's how I can help you. I can set a time aside sometime next week with me and my team to speak with you personally about how you can apply these ideas to your life and to your business today. And I just gave you very broad strokes about the process and about the secrets of success and the philosophies and principles that you need to apply in your life. But the truth is, everybody's challenges is going to be unique. We all have different types of fishing lines surrounding us and even big boulders holding us back. That's even easy to take care of. But we want to make those shifts in your career, in your business individually. And so that's what you want to do. And we're more than happy to get you on the phone and explain to you what the exact steps you need to do to be able to make that happen for yourself. And guess what? The cost is free. But here's the catch. You always got to be a catch. This is not for everybody. Who is this for? You must be absolutely committed to becoming a true leader that unleashes the true potential of your business, your life, your finances, your relationships, and while living with less stress, less anxiety, and less fear. This is what you have to be committed to. You have to have the desire for greatness and want to make more impact, more influence, and more income while having real joy and confidence and purpose in your life. This is who it's for. And if you're satisfied with being average, I'm sorry, it's not for you. I repeat, average individuals who are satisfied, this is not for you. Okay? This is for you if you want help taking your life, your career, your business to the higher levels of success. If you're looking to run your own business and you want to earn more money with less work, less hassle, and fewer headaches in all areas of life. It's for you if you truly love helping others and understand you have to have some skin in the game. So you're ready and willing to invest in yourself and you value integrity with results above everything else. And you are coachable and have the desire to become your best and execute, then this is for you. Who this is not for, do not apply if you feel the idea of success is only about making money or working extra hard 80 hours a week to survive and you're trading your time for money and earn an average living. This is not for you. Don't apply if you're not the forward-thinking leader willing to invest in yourself in your business. You don't like to put in the effort to succeed. You just want things handed over to you. You like to blame others. You like to make excuses. You like to complain. I'm sorry, this is not for you. I work with individuals who are not skeptical but have a belief that they were born to do something great. They just haven't found the way to get that greatness out, or they've been doing great things and they want to take things to amazing and to extraordinary. Why am I doing this? Because on the call, we're going to help you get total clarity about exactly what you want out of your business, what you want out of your career, and what that should look like, and give you the exact steps, bing, 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 so you can achieve that goal. That's what you're going to be able to get. And if you want us to help you, and if you think it's a good fit, and I think it's a good fit, we might invite you to become one of the new clients we'll take on this month. If we're working together, we will put you through the same program I put through my 6 and 7 figure earners, and be able to get that transformation, whether you're starting from professional transition into entrepreneurship, or you've been an entrepreneur already for a while and you're ready to take things to the next level, or in between. We can get you to the next level of success. And the curriculum is designed to get you unstuck, break barriers with confidence, and give you implementation of clear strategies so your success can go to the next level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times your current income. And guess what? You will be expected to be enjoying substantial growth in your business and your career while drastically improving the quality of your life. 1, 2, 3 weeks, you can see that transformation and have it happening. So what I want you to do is go ahead and apply now to kick the button below, and let's get ready to dive in, because this time that you have for yourself is the time for you to take things to a higher level. Yes, this is for anyone who sounds like a champion, who walks like a champion, who talks like a champion. This is for anyone who hears the sound of my voice and resonates with this conversation. So if it sounds like you and you want to start today, over the next 5 days, we set some time out for you to get connected with us to see if it's a good fit and be able to do extraordinary things. Your call, just to give you a little overview, will go roughly for 45 minutes. We're going to map out the exact action plans that you need to follow through so you can hit your income goals this year. So we want to make sure that you can get this thing popping so you can touch down on the call to take off. And this is my motto and my philosophy of life: touch down to take off, a journey of ever moving forward and upward. So this is going to be the most valuable 45 minutes in your life that you invested this year. The time that you invested right now is just the initiator, and this can be life transforming. And when you get on that call, you will have a victory session that will blow your mind, and you will have a realization to say, oh my goodness, I am about to show up and show out. So again, you have 2 choices to be able to step forward, because nobody's going to leave this training stepping backward. You're going to have this information and you can apply it right now. But again, you can apply it on your own, just based off of the information we went over today in this video. And that's great if you want to do that. But you can do choice number 2, and you can apply to work with us right now and potentially transform your life within the next 3 weeks, elevating your business and profit seamlessly. Being able to start your business within 3 weeks, the business that you haven't started in over a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or be able to even identify a business that you don't even know what you want to do yet and get it popping. And if that's you, let's get started, because we're going to have a breakthrough session that when you jump on that call, we're going to dig deep. We're going to help you realize the identity shift that you need and where you might be missing those fundamental gaps in your business and in your life and in your career, so we can really jumpstart your growth. During this breakthrough victory session, what we're going to do, we're going to be able to identify where you need to work on those mindset things that we talked about. We're going to help you get crystal clear on your ideal client, your target market, so you know exactly what you should be doing, what you should be targeting, your messaging, what you should be charging, and your offers that you need, and exactly how to reach those people to give you that game plan for success. And we're going to identify where you are wasting time with the wrong strategies, with the wrong information, and we're going to put you in a position to be able to run the fast break and score right away. That's what we're going to do. And you know what? I know you want to hear this. We're going to help you precisely understand what you need to do to hit your income goals over the next 12 months. So whether it's adding $10,000 to your current income, $50,000, $100,000 a month to your business, we are going to get that crystal clear so we can accomplish those things. So we will cover all these things through your victory breakthrough session. So I want you today to be able to say to yourself, I deserve greatness. I want you today to do the greatest thing that you can do to be able to step into the success that you are born to have. And that is, one, make a commitment. Make a commitment to yourself. So decide today, you deserve it. Say it with me, I deserve it. Because you weren't born here just to work a job, pay bills, and die. You weren't born to just go through life in this revolving cycle where you're just stuck and just going day to day, living without purpose, going day to day, truly frustrated. Sometimes you're happy and things going good because you might have a little fun. You might go out, you might take a trip, but then you come back to the reality to say, my life is unfulfilling. You have to live with the stress. You have to live with the frustration. You have to live with those insecurities and those doubts. You have to live as a victim, even though you're a beautiful person. You have to live with that. And you do not want to carry your greatness to the grave and rob this world of what you're supposed to bring. You today, you have a business inside of you. You have music inside of you. You have art inside of you. You have so many wonderful things. It can be a great individual effort. It can be a great organizational effort. It can be a great nonprofit. It can be something that can help change the world around you and the world at large. And it all starts with the courage to make a decision, to step forward, reach out and say what my coach, Alvin Wyatt, said to us in college that stuck with me for the rest of my life. The three most powerful words in the human language: I need help. And that only comes from a person who removes the pride, removes the ego, removes the shame and the doubt and the insecurity to extend their hand to say, I need help. And reaching to grab that hand is a leader, is a mentor whose passion, whose desire, whose effort, whose life purpose is to help you become the person that you are born to be, achieve the success that you are born to have, not just financial success, but the success of the person that's inside of you that was meant to achieve the great things that you're meant to achieve in life and family and career and have the impact. And I extend this offer to you to say, you're not alone on this journey. And I want to surround you with a bunch of winners, a bunch of lit leaders, and I want you to be the next person to step up as a champion, as a victor, as a leader, and be able to transform the world. So what do you do next? Click the button below. Select the time and date for the strategy call, and let's make it happen quick, because we don't want you to miss the opportunity. My friend Andy Date says the opportunity is in the show up. And so let's show up on this call. Let's make the time to make it happen. So let's go ahead and click now. This is your man, Mr. Devonaire. And I'm here to say there's truly greatness within you. And so if you want something better, something bigger, something more powerful, I'm here to help you. I appreciate your time for this training. If you need to, rewind it back, make sure you start applying some of those jewels today. But I promise you, that this conversation was a mistake. I promise you today that if you're on this call and listening to the sound of my voice at this point in time, there's something resonating inside of you that's making you itch, making you anxious, and making you want to run through a wall because you're saying enough is enough. And I've been sitting on my gift for far too long. And the most powerful thing is to get that gift stirred up. And I started the stirring for you. But you're going to start stirring with me. And then you're going to take over the stirring by yourself. And that gift inside of you is going to create the life of prosperity that you deserve, that your family deserves, and that generational wealth and abundance for not only you, but the impact you help others make as well. So let's click that button. Let's dive in. Let's touch down to take off. Every day we lit. And that's how we're going to be living as a lit leader. So let's get ignited. Let's get excited. And I'll see you on the other side. You are the greatness within of the potential untapped. Touchdown. Take off.